Next exit on the right, and then right turn.
Okay. Nicolette Moore was good. How y'all doing? Please hit the like button when you come up in here. Thank you for giving me more likes than views. Appreciate that. YouTube always on their P's and Q's. Give y'all some time to climb up in here if y'all do so. Maybe when I get to 5, I'll get started. BNH, what up? What up, BNH? Or BN? BNH. Good morning, folkers. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Snapzilla Gorilla, welcome to the Definition of Anarchy. On this morning of November 12th, 2020, your boy's on his way to the cardiologist. I'm just doing a routine checkup, making sure my heart's good, my heart's strong. I'm sure it is. But, you know, when you hit 40 years old, you got to make sure everything's all good. You know what I mean? I just hit 40 years old this year, so I want to make sure I'm gravy. Especially since when your boy kicked the bucket, Black Panther, what's his name? Chadwick Boseman. When he kicked the bucket, I was like, yo, wake up call. But anyway, so I'm just going to get my heart checked out, make sure I'm good, get on the little treadmill and the EKG and all that stuff, and just so they can tell me how strong my heart is. But anyway, if you're reading the title of my live and you're like, whoa,
to Venice Boulevard.
This can't be real, believe you me, it is real. I found out from Jared from Guns and Gadgets. He always comes quick with the pro 2A information, or any 2A information anything in regard to the 2A. He's on point with it. So yeah, check out Jared from Guns and Gadgets, man. You know, he always has, if you're in the weapons and you're in your right to keep and bear arms and you're a pro 2A, he's one good source you want to check out. But anyway, yes, there are 27 gun control laws or gun control bills that have been introduced in the state of Texas. All right. And we're talking about a week after the election where Texas looked like it was going blue, but then it flipped. It stayed red. Okay. It's mostly red, but I just want you guys to understand what they're doing, man. They're out there. Hold on. Now that I'm stopped, I can check y'all out real quick. Jerry said, we late to the party, had to pop in, but greetings, Snaps of the Gorilla. What's up, man? Jay Slick. Jay with open eyes. I made a video covering Chadwick Boseman's. I gotta check that out. Alicia Trigg. All right, I gotta get back to driving now. So, yes, 27 gun control bills introduced in Texas. And they cover every goddamn thing from red flag laws to assault weapons bans to, there's one bill where they're trying to greatly restrict where you can carry your firearm. They want to keep it to your house, directly to and from your vehicle, directly to and from anything that you control or own. So they're essentially trying to make it like California, where that's really just an open carry ban, concealed carry ban. They want gun-free zones in certain universities and colleges and whatnot, because right now in Texas, there is no gun-free zones in regards to colleges and universities. You can carry there. So there are red flag laws, of course. There are laws where if you have a misdemeanor, you're unable to purchase a firearm. What else? It's just a lot. There's a lot of gun control bills that they're trying to push through Texas right now. And you know, Michael Bloomberg, the oligarch, one of the many oligarchs in this country, is trying he's really pushing hard for gun control. All right, all across the world, all across the nation. Now, Michael Bloomberg is a New Yorker, and the fact that he's going to all these states with his money, i.e. Virginia,
Next left, and then right turn.
to implement or get the state legislators to implement gun control laws show you, right? And he was successful in Virginia. But that just goes to show you how this country is truly an oligarchy, right? That's one of the things that it is. It's an authoritarian regime with an oligarchical system, all right? Why?
Half of a mile, right turn.
Michael Bloomberg,
San Vicente Boulevard.
you're from New York. You live in New York. Keep your bullshit in New York. Why are you trying to go to all these red states that are pro-2A to implement your bullshit gun control laws through every town for gun safety and all this other bullshit? Why are you trying to spread your tyranny, your brand of tyranny, to all these states, right? And it's not just Michael Bloomberg. It's not just Michael Bloomberg. It's all these people. It's all these rich, these wealthy elites that have a particular agenda where they want you to be vulnerable and victims. They want you to be vulnerable victims that are easily cowed, easily manipulated, easily controlled, okay? That's what they want. They want you easily controlled. They want to be able to do whatever they want to you. They want their law enforcers to have their way with you, right? They don't want any resistance whatsoever. And why is that, right? And they say, oh, it's because we want gun safety. We want commons, what they call it, gun sense now. They don't even call it gun control laws anymore. They call it gun sense laws. That don't even make no sense. Gun sense? Guns don't have senses, okay? See, you see, they're trying to personify these firearms so that they can villainize the firearm.
Right
They can't.
and then right
You
turn.
can't villainize a firearm unless you personify it. So you have to give it a personality. You got to make it relatable to a human being. Oh, as if that firearm is going to pick itself up, go around, float around in the air, and pull its own trigger and kill people, right? They want you to be afraid of the firearm. They want you to focus on the firearm itself and not the individual carrying that firearm, right? And that's why they try to do this with assault weapons. They try to make assault weapons, well, not, you know what? I'm not even gonna call it that. They try to make
right turn ahead.
A tactical rifle. That's what I'm gonna call it. Tactical rifles, right? Because you got hunting rifles and you have tactical rifles. Well, they like to refer to tactical rifles as assault weapons. It's a tactical rifle, right? They try to make it seem like tactical rifles are so dangerous, and then anybody who picks it up automatically becomes so proficient with that weapon that they can kill 20,000 people in 1 minute, right? So they try to make it seem as though tactical rifles are enchanted. They try to make it seem like tactical rifles are enchanted, like you're gonna pick it up like it's a talisman of some sort, like like a shaman put his little juju on it, and then when you pick it up, all of a sudden you become this killing machine. You understand what I'm saying? But they don't look at the individual who could potentially use that weapon, potentially use that tactical rifle to carry out an attack, right? It's the operator that's efficient. It's the operator that's proficient. Have you seen these videos where these people, I mean, they put themselves through hours and hours and hours of training, right? They put themselves through hours of training where they're practicing their quick draw, their quick reaction, acquiring a target really fast, just like that. They know the mechanics. They know where your eyes go, the barrel's going to go within a certain distance. And if that barrel goes there, that bullet's going to go there. They know that. You can do that with any weapon that's decent, right? I wouldn't do it with a high point. But what I'm saying is this. It's the operator, right? It's the operator. They don't want to look at the operator because guess why? You can't ban an individual. But see, that's why they have these red flag laws coming out. So now they're adding that to it. They're going to keep the assault weapons ban and add the red flag laws so that if you demonstrate proficient gun use in a video on YouTube, perhaps you say, let's say you're a conservative white man on YouTube demonstrating how to use a firearm and showing how, but then every now and then you put up these political videos where you're on or shading liberals and all this other shit and talking kind of a certain way. Well, what do you think a red flag law is going to do with that? Right? With the red flag law, they can say, oh, this guy is demonstrating his proficiency with a firearm. And guess what? He's talking shit about liberals, blah, blah, blah. He's talking shit about Joe Biden and this, that, and the third. And he's doing all this, that, and the third. Like, what is he planning for? Oh, man, we got to go get this guy. Do you see what I'm saying? They're covering every avenue. They're covering every gambit. They want to take the weapon away, and they want to take the proficient veteran shooter away. You understand what I'm saying? And not just white men. That's just perfect. That's just the example I use, because they love to put the white man up there in terms of, mass shootings. This you should be afraid of this. The typical mass shooter is a white man. He's gonna run up in your school and kill everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Everything is for a purpose. Everything they do, everything the media puts out there, all this propaganda is for a purpose. And the purpose is not to keep you safe. It's to keep you in fear so that you're easily controlled, easily manipulated. And this this has a lot to do with what's going on with these masks and the Tecate virus. And now the mink virus. If they can't contain the mink virus, now you're gonna have the mink virus going around, contaminating and infecting everybody and giving people fur. So what they got to do is the fear. They have to instill that fear in you. Without the fear, they don't have any way to steer the masses toward what they want. You understand what I'm saying? It's the Hegelian dialectic at work. And there's nothing wrong with being afraid, right? Having fear is a natural human instinct, but it's how you deal with that fear and how you harness that fear that matters, right? But most people don't know how to do that. Most people, when they're afraid, they panic, they freeze, they can't think straight. But there are a few others who experience fear and they know how to spring into action.
2 miles
They know
ahead.
they see all the angles. They can calculate and estimate in their mind what move they can make to make a certain thing happen. And in doing so, they don't look as though they're afraid. They look like they know how to handle their shit. But really, deep down, they have that fear. It's that natural instinct. It's how they just used it in a certain way. You understand? So I say that to say, I'm not saying, oh, you shouldn't be cautious or think that, it's never going to happen in your school. You're never going to have a mass shooting. What I want people to react in a certain way so that they can handle the situation. Instead of panicking and freezing, start making moves toward maybe doing something about it, right? And that's why I think it's important. Maybe teachers should have firearms. They should be trained proficiently in the safe use of it and go through tests and training and drills. And it has to be repetitive, but I think it can happen. When you join the military, you're a normal person. You see, people act like all these professions, like you're blessed or anointed by Jesus above when you become part of these professions. But really, all it is training, repetitiveness, repetitive. You beat a thing into a person's brain and you put them through the motions. You give them that muscle memory. Anybody can do that, including teachers, including bus drivers, including airplane captains. You understand what I'm saying? including students, perhaps. Including students. You know, I know at some point, you know, I know of, there are kids that are 10, 11 years old that are so well disciplined with firearms, right? They're proficient. It's because they were trained that way, okay? So this idea that, oh yeah, only the military and the police should have firearms is bullshit. Anyway, that's a little digression. Look, and the reason I tagged Heavy Duty Country in this video is because I should have tagged Coleman on the R too, but he already knows about it. The reason I tagged Heavy Duty Country is because he's so focused on doing videos about liberals and NFAC, but I don't see him doing videos about perhaps this type of shit that's going on in Texas. He has a huge voice. So what he needs, what I feel like he should do is he should do whatever he can to handle this situation out here in his home state. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of focusing so much on what the NFAC is doing and what liberals are doing and this, that, and third, all this snowflakey shit, right? Being a snowflake, why don't you handle your business in Texas and make sure they don't, sorry, mother-in-law called me. Use your huge voice and round up and rally the people in your state to make sure this shit don't go down with these 27 gun control laws. Now, with the way Texas is right now, how red it is right now, will it happen? Will they actually be able to get this shit through? You never know. You never know. And that's why you can't rest on your laurels with these so-called representatives and these people that they call themselves representatives and your legislators. But just because they're red doesn't mean that they can't be swayed a certain way, or that they don't have a particular agenda as well, or that they are pro-2A. Just because they're red, conservative, doesn't mean they're pro-2A necessarily. You can't rest on your laurels with these politicians. You have to handle your business and stand up and make sure you do shit for yourself, and make sure if you want Texas to remain 2A, pro 2A, and even be even more pro 2A, like I know the Gun Owners of America are trying to push for constitutional carry in Texas, right? They going hard in the paint, trying to implement constitutional carry in Texas, meaning that you don't need a permit to open carry, conceal carry a rifle, blah, blah, blah. Right? So he should be linking up with GOA to make sure that all that shit happens. I mean, I can't tell the man what to do, but what I'm saying is, you know, I have all his little followers on the videos I did of him coming to my comment section talking shit and attacking straw men and, you know, don't have real arguments, so they launch ad hominem attacks and all the other stuff. Why don't you get on Heavy Duty Country about what's going on in Texas with these 27 gun control laws? 27, right? It's a red state, but how is it that 27 gun control laws are being introduced in your red state? Somebody wants it to happen, right? At least 27 legislators, or not at least, but 27 bills where, shit, some of them are redundant. There are 2 assault weapon ban bills. There are 2 10-round magazine bills up in there. So obviously, you got people in your state pushing for this stuff. Don't let Texas turn into California in regards to gun control. And the shit that they doing is going to be just like California. They're trying to turn every state into California when it comes to 2A. Or New York. That's what Bloomberg wants. And they want even more than that. They want to break it down to the bare bones, right? But Joe Biden wants to come into office and assault pistols that have magazines, right? He wants to ban any firearm that has a detachable magazine, right? So This shit, look, people act like, oh, that ain't never gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen from my cold dead hands. Do you want it to even, what, you don't want to try to even stop it from getting to that point? Look, I mean, look what happened in Virginia earlier this year, right? 20,000 armed individuals went to Virginia, okay, and said, oh, no, hell no. Pass, you're going to try to pass. It didn't happen. They had to wait until the Tecate virus had them put us on lockdown before Governor Blackface had these gun control laws go through, and it only lasted. I don't think it's a permanent thing. What I'm saying is, you can't sleep on these people. You can't sleep on these people. I don't care if they conservative. I don't care what they are. I don't care what they call themselves politically. I don't care. There's 27. Why do you need 27 gun control laws all at once? Right? Are we banking on the laws of probability here? The laws of probability, the more you introduce, the more likely some of them are going to get through. Some of them are going to get through unless y'all stand up. Now that I'm stopped, I can look at what y'all saying. Those lefty teaching commie BS. Teachers won't touch a weapon. Some of them will. You never know. You know what? And I have a solution for that too. Because some of these schools,
slight left turn ahead.
They'll hire these resource officers, right? They'll hire these resource officers that really, they're like police academy rejects, essentially, right? They're police academy rejects, and they're kind of lazy. They'll drag you out of a football game if you're not wearing a mask, but if the shit pops off, they hide in the closet. You understand what I'm saying? So what you need to do is put some veterans to work. Put some veterans to work. Instead of hiring regular motherfuckers to become resource officers, hire some veterans that got some balls, that can stand on their nuts when some shit go down and handle the business. And I'm not talking about one per school. In one per school, he can't be everywhere at once. Depending on the size of school, you might need more than one. You might need 3 or 4. And they need to be carrying. All right? They need to be carrying. And, you know, and that's just the case, and the teacher can carry too. Anybody that has the proficiency and demonstrates that they can handle a business in a school filled with children, they need to be able to they need to be able to do that.
On the route.
I would be more comfortable with my children going to school where they're heavily armed faculty members than if there were not any. Okay? That's just, and you know why? Because let's say there is a crazy teacher or one of them people are crazy that are carrying those firearms, and they might do something stupid. Well, the odds are you'll have more individuals there that are armed that can stop that person. You understand what I'm saying? And let's face it, if there was a nutty faculty member, a nutty student, a nutty teacher that wanted to shoot up a school, I don't even know if I should have said that with the algorithms. They're gonna go home or go get one and show up and do it anyway if they want to. You understand what I'm saying? So if you give everybody the ability and the capability to pick up an arm and defend the school, defend the students, then the odds of that particular school being a statistic are going to be very low. Okay, statistic is just, that's just how it works. That's just how it works. Everybody thinks that if everybody has a firearm, everybody gonna kill each other in 2 seconds. No, it doesn't work like that. You understand?
Next right.
Because what's gonna happen is people gonna have second thoughts. They're gonna be like, oh shit, if you're a criminal and you want to create a victim of somebody and you know they carrying a firearm, you're gonna have second thoughts. You're gonna have second thoughts because This is what I'm thinking if I'm a criminal and I see everybody
Proceed about
walking
2
around with firearms. I'm
miles
like, these
to North
some
Pass Avenue.
gun enthusiasts. They probably train all day. They probably go to the range. They probably practice drills. They probably real good with them firearms. So I think I'm gonna keep it pushing. Look what happened during the the riots earlier this year, right? There were towns in Utah and Idaho where everybody was armed. Everybody was carrying, right? Because they got word Antifa was gonna show up and cause problems. Well, everybody was armed. Antifa showed up to cause problems. They saw everybody was armed and they booked it. Nothing happened. An armed society is a polite society, point blank in the period. And, listen, that doesn't mean that shit ain't gonna happen, right? People are still gonna die. People are still gonna get killed. Yes, it's gonna happen, but you're gonna increase your chances of surviving an encounter if you're able to carry. If you're able to carry and you're alert and you're trained, the likelihood of you being able to defend yourself is great. And just even
In half of a mile, left turn onto North Pass
Am I back?
Avenue.
Like I was saying, over 2 million lives were saved with firearms each year, right? Or crimes prevented, right? That's just what it is. When you have the tools, you can make shit happen. They want to take those tools away. They want to personify those tools so that they can get everyone's support in banning those tools when it's really the individual that would do harm with that tool. That's just the reality of it.
Next left.
You know, the idiom "guns don't kill people, people kill people" is not a cliche. That's real shit. That's real shit. That's why it'll never get old to say that, because that's just the reality of it. Guns don't go around killing people. All right, that's just not how it works.
To West Magnolia Boulevard.
But that's what they want you to think. That's how they want you to think it works. It doesn't work like that. Guns just don't pick themselves up and start killing each other, killing people. That's just the reality of it. So, I mean, listen, Texas, y'all got some work to do. Y'all don't want Texas to end up like California. So y'all need to put your boots on the ground and make some shit happen. What they saying about guns, Mr. Nice One? All right, Bolshevik communism prepared. Yeah. What's up, determination is my faith. My name, Faith. That snap, Stizzy. Crazy. Sheriff Oldham, I missed the first part. I'll have to go back and rewatch. So basically, there have been 27 gun control bills introduced in the state of Texas. 27, including red flag laws, assault weapons bans, magazine bans, right? Standard capacity magazine bans. There's a shitload. Where you can carry those firearms, they're trying to limit it to just your vehicle, your home, and places that you control. So there's all they want to make universities and colleges gun-free zones. Shit, it's a lot. It's a lot. What I will do, I'll put those in the description when this thing renders. Okay. There's 27 of them. Some of them are redundant. There's like 2 bills for the assault weapon ban. There's 2 bills for the standard capacity magazine ban. It's just a lot. It's a lot. So I will put the link in the description to these bills so that you guys can check them out. But I mean, it's asinine. It's absolutely ridiculous. See, you even though you need a permit to conceal carry in the state of Texas, and open carry, I think you need a permit to open and conceal carry in the state of Texas. You think that's bad enough, but when they're able to introduce
In
27
half of a mile, right turn
bills,
onto West Magnolia
when they're able to
Boulevard.
introduce 27 gun control bills to the state legislature, you realize how much relative freedom you had with firearms in your state when they can do 27. In California, they keep coming up trying to struggle to find ways to infringe on the Second Amendment. It's a struggle because there's already hundreds in the state of California alone, hundreds of gun control bills, gun control laws in the state of California. So they struggle. They struggle to come up with 2 or 3. Every time they want to pass something, they struggle to come up with 2 or 3. But when they can come up with 27 in one day, y'all better check y'all legislators record. Your so-called representatives, y'all might want to check up on them. If there's 27 of them, 27 bills that would strip you of your rights to keep and bear arms, you might want to look into your your representatives and see what they really be about, because they might be calling themselves red, but they bleed blue. You understand what I'm saying? Half of these folks had IMDb movie means actors. What? You talking about? You talking about the legislators? I don't know, man. All I know is
proceed about 1 mile to your destination.
When during the election day, right, last Tuesday, I thought Texas was going to go blue. I had removed it from my list of potential places to move to because of that. But then when it turned around and ended up red, overwhelmingly, I was like, okay, Texas is back on board. Not if this happens. Not if they let this shit go through. I'll tell you that. I'm bypass fucking Texas like it ain't nothing. Like it's a speck on the road. Okay, Texas, bye. Because yeah, I need y'all to keep it together. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all need to get y'all shit together. And this goes for every state, but I mean, it's already some states are just too far going. You would need to just, I don't know how you would resolve this. I don't even know how I would solve it in California. I keep trying to come up with solutions to these gun control laws here in California, and it's like, nah, it's too far going right now. I mean, you'd have to get rid of every legislator, every attorney, all these people, the state Department of Justice, California Department of Justice. You'd have to dismantle and replace everybody with people you know are going to just repeal all these bills, right? If you want to go about it the legal route, right, the so-called legal route. Otherwise, it would have to be some form of revolution. That's how far going in California it is. There's no hope other than a revolution. That's just what it is. Without a revolution in California, we're fucked in regards to the 2A. It's too far going. You can't let Texas get like that. You can't let even Virginia get like that. Unless there were some red counties in California where they had sheriffs or representatives in these red counties that had the balls to declare themselves sanctuary counties. That would be a way, right? That would be a way to do it. But alas, California Republicans are weak. They're just weak. They're weak. They just like to call themselves Republican, to be contrary. They're not real. They're not real conservatives. They're not real 2A people. They're just, Otherwise, why not? Why not make your county
a mile?
Yeah, I know I'm lagging. Oh, hell no, Snap. Please tell me it's not the whole state. It has to be certain cities. No, 27 gun control laws introduced in the state legislature. It's the whole state. The whole state. The whole state. So, like I said, if y'all are from Texas, y'all live in Texas, or if you heavy duty country fans, come up to my live and to see what the hell I was talking about, make some shit happen out there, man. Make sure y'all get it cracking. Don't let this happen. But anyway, yeah. So that's it for those 27. I mean, it is wild, man. It's just wild. They could not wait. They could not wait. And then you got Trump fucking. I don't know what's going on with this Trump situation, man. They have a lot of fun with this election. They have a lot of fun with this election, and they're trying to distract us. And that's why I appreciate Jared from Guns and Gadgets so much, because he stays on the ball. He stays on the ball in regards to the 2A. I don't agree with him with everything, right?
Your destination is ahead on the left.
But I'm not going to agree with everything he says, because he is a cop, right? So, you know.
You have arrived at your destination.
But
Route guidance
he's
now
not a
finished.
cop right now. He sustained an injury and can't work right now. So anyway, he's a little more freedom loving than some cops that I'm aware of. But anyway, y'all gotta stay up on this shit, man. They're trying to distract us with these election bullshit results, right? Everybody's talking about, oh, Biden won, and even though Biden there's no clear winner yet, okay? And the media can't do it. So I mean, but that's what they want you to think. Oh, they want you to think the media can call an election. They can't. The only time this happens, right? Looks like a park here. The only time this happens is when the media calls an election and it's like just way far gone, like the leader is just leading by so much. The candidate that's losing concedes, and boom, that's when it becomes when the candidate concedes the election. That's when it can be official. But if the candidate does not concede, you have to wait for the election results to be certified. All right, it hasn't been certified yet. So until that happens, stop worrying about. This is my advice. I don't like telling people what to do. Until, you know what? No, fuck that. Until the election results are certified, there's no winner yet. So let's pay attention to what these lawmakers are doing, all right? Because they always use distractions to sneak shit in, and we don't want to get caught up with that. That's how we lose. The geometry, you'll find a lot of numeric ritual patterns encoded with a lot of these mainstream events, along with doing research on the people involved. They have numeric rituals encoded in their names, for sure. I don't know too much about geometry, but I've seen some shit, and you know, I don't believe in coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. It's all scripted out in the end anyway. They might pull a reverse anyway, and put Trump back in because they know it will cause a lot of chaos. Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. Yeah, just stay safe. I that's how I feel like it's going to happen. They want the craziest shit to happen. Okay, and I don't know if y'all saw, but Biden did some conference, some media press junket or something, and the dude was talking, and it was like, what the fuck? It was just so dead and boring. It was like, yo, the media don't want this guy to be president, because it's going to be the presidency where paint dries. You understand what I'm saying? That's what is going to happen. The paint dry president. That's who Biden is. Even with the scandals attached to him, right? The sexual assault that the media won't talk about. The Ukraine thing. Getting money from China. Getting money from all these states during his presidency via his children and his brother. None of that is good. Even that type of scandal will not bring the media attention Trump will bring. Can you imagine 4 years with Biden? Huh? Bin Laden? Can you imagine? You're going to have a lot of time in your hands. You're going to be able to get a lot done. You're going to be very productive because the media ain't going to have shit to talk about. And all these people, all these commentators, all these YouTube creators that had so much content based on Trump, they're going to go back to celebrity gossip. Because Biden, well, you know what? Well, Biden is talking about locking us down for 6 to 8 weeks, the whole country, when he becomes president, when he gets inaugurated, 6 to 8 weeks. What did they tell us when this first started? They told us 14 days, right? Locking down doesn't work. The WHO even said it. So, I mean, this is not about keeping y'all safe, man. It's not about keeping us safe. It's about control. Despite what he said he's gonna go with the science, whatever the science says. He don't care about the science because the science dictates that shit don't work. You understand? So, damn it, man. These lockdowns don't work. That's what the science dictates. Anyway, I gotta get up in here and get my heart checked on, make sure my heart's good. I'm sure it is. It's just a routine checkup to make sure, since I'm 40 years old, everything's still ticking correctly. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure my Biden wins, China wins, Trump wins, Israel wins. Either way, we lose. Oh, Israel's gonna win either way. Israel always winning, regardless. Israel's never a loser. What's up, Lawrence Ritano? I'm good, man. Princess Diana, what's good, mama? Code and the hoodwink. Politicians speak in code. Their language is not our language. Yeah, of course. Bellicose hyperbole. 737 was good. Yasha return was good. We do not consent. Exactly. It might have to come down to that. It might have to come down to us saying no and see where it goes from there. I do not comply. And then that's where you find out who really stands on their nuts. You find out who stands on their nuts when all these people over my dead body and all this other shit, cold dead hands. We'll see. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. Peace. Like, share, subscribe. Blah blah blah.